Okay. Am I ready to stream? Probably not, but it looks like it's time to stream anyways. Hopefully, everything is working all right. This is a bit of a new setup, as you can probably tell, and hopefully it actually works. That's always the real kicker with these new setups. Um, my goal is, as with everything, to not have too much lag. So, let's go. Tier 3, boys. It's Tier 3 time. Yes, McChickenburger, you are indeed first. And hello, Logan. What's going on? Welcome to the stream. We're here in Need for Speed Carbon. Hopefully, gonna be smashing some stuff. I have some fancy new things, as you're probably noticing. It's green screen time, and it's also I've got donations above me. Those donations are ancient, but those are from back when I used to stream on Twitch 2 years ago. So hopefully we can update some of those today. And a bunch of other fancy stuff, which I'll show you as we get into more of the game. But yeah, I figure we may as well start playing. We'll just see who kind of shows up here and there. And yeah, let's get into it. Hey, Safik, how's it going? Let's just hide this. So I have some new stuff to show you guys. First things first, actually, let me show you this stuff now. Well, before we get into the actual game. Hey Logan, Mr. Loud Logan, that's your new name. But let me see if I can get this to work. So I'm not exactly great with with learning how to use software sometimes, and so I've been trying to teach myself how to use Streamlabs in order to implement it into OBS, because I use regular OBS. But I have some fanciness, including but not limited to some donation things like this. There we go. So that's a test donation. And then member as well gets a little notification. And Super Chat gets a notification as well underneath me in the stream. So hopefully I won't miss that if anybody decides to donate. That's kind of the worry at the moment. But yeah, let's get into the actual game though. And hopefully that stuff shows up when the time is right. So if I remember correctly, we're pretty deep into load career. We're pretty deep into Carbon at this point. We basically just have the final races up here to do, and we may as well start taking them out, I guess. The menus in this game are laggy, and I think I figured out why. Oh, hold on a minute. That is deafening. You drove 800 kilometers last week and you're really tired, so you can't join in. You know, I appreciate you sticking it out here even just a little bit. It's good to have some some of the same people here. Same thing with Anna as well. Welcome to the stream once again. Oh, there's a nasty shortcut right here. So we're down to the last sort of territory in this game, and I'm hoping that we can take it fairly easily. We'll see. I remember the last time I tried one of these races, we were having a hard time with it. Probably just because I'm not anywhere near the spec I need to be in Tier 3. Owen, that is a complete lie. There are 8 people watching right now. 8 people, but the stream just started, so that's a pretty normal thing. See you next time? What? You're leaving? No, I get it. You gotta go, you gotta go. Gotta go yell somewhere else, I guess. Oh my goodness, she's hard to follow. Oh no. Okay, we're pretty far away from where PC, or from where the next speed trap is. And yes, I am playing on PC with a controller. Why would I play a racing game with a mouse and keyboard? Oh, that sucks. 87, that's not gonna do it. That is not gonna work out. So, I think I figured out what's going on with the Need for Speed Carbon menus and why they kind of lag a little bit. Minor problem with the way that the game is formatted, I guess. Because the gameplay itself uses maybe 40% of my graphics card, but the actual menus use like 60%, which is way too much. We're not gonna win this, so I'm kind of just thinking, I don't know, another experience. We'll have to try a different race. Because right now we are not anywhere near fast enough. Unfortunately, we also have to do a quick territory defend here, boys. Against 2 Corvettes. Yeah, it really does. So far we've been... kind of dominating the races, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere the game's kind of thrashing me, so yeah, a little bit more difficult than what it previously was. I think I checked the stats earlier today when I was doing some quick testing in this game, and it seems like the last 2 races that I've done are the only ones that I've lost in the entire game. So it's a little bit unfortunate, but that's just kind of how it is. Yikes. We're definitely going to win this one to defend our territory, but I'm going to have to try something other than a speed trap in order to see if I can get into the tier 3 cars, because that's what we're missing right now. We just need tier 3 cars. Maybe a lone event or something like a drift. I can hopefully get enough points to beat their scores. Oh goodness. I think we checked the shop last time and there are no tier 3 cars for sale. So we're kind of in a rough spot at the moment. Either my driving improves or I guess the game lets me have a little bit of leeway. But yeah. So I broke out an old classic last night. I'm not sure if any of you guys know about the PGR series. Specifically, the acronym PGR is Project Gotham Racing, which is a very strange name, so I see why they went to PGR. But man, PGR 2 is actually a decent amount of fun on the original Xbox. I kind of like dusting off some of those old games every once in a while. Just put a couple hours in and then see what racing games used to be like. But I like the kudos system, where you kind of have to earn your cars through actions in the race, and you don't always have to win races to progress. Like, you can get 3rd place. It's fairly easy. Heard of it but never played it? It's kind of an interesting game. A very cheap game as well, because it was fairly popular on the Xbox. Okay, let's see. Checkpoint race. What else we got? Sprint, circuit, sprint, circuit, checkpoint. Oh, goodness. I'm going to try something quickly. Gonna jump back to the safe house and just quickly customize. We can get a Pro Package engine on this car, but it seems like that's it. And then I'm going to attempt a checkpoint race and kind of hope for the best. I also can't pause until right at the beginning of that. There we go. Okay. Still with the RX-7, I have not chosen my Tier 3 car yet, although we might end up going with the 350Z, just because I feel like that's kind of a fun car to run with. Even though it might not be the best car, I'm confident that I can still win with it. We'll see though, we'll have to see. The 350Z is a lot of fun, and I was driving with one in... yeah, I was driving with one in PGR last night, and I was having a lot of fun with it, so that got me thinking about it in this game too. One thing that we can do as well, I was checking out earlier today, is the quick race function is open, and there's also the like side campaign in this game as well that we could do if you really want to. This is only the 4th stream of this game, so things are going by fairly quickly. So I was kind of hoping that by getting that engine upgrade we would be able to do a little bit better in these races, but still running the Tier 2 car is not ideal for this Tier 3 section, so I'm gonna have to get that Tier 3 as soon as we can. If there's any available to buy, then we'll have to might have to buy it, we'll see. Ooh, that's rough. I remember watching a review of this game, and it's kind of... well, the reviewer pointed out that the game is kind of unfinished, and it definitely feels that way if you compare it to the other games. Like Most Wanted, Underground, much bigger games than this, but obviously there's still a lot of stuff here to enjoy, just not very much of it. Yeah, the side stuff doesn't seem too difficult, and you do, at the end of it, end up unlocking 2 extra cars, so it might be worth it. But it's basically just a series of quick races. It's the challenge series, for those familiar with this. But it's basically just a bunch of quick races that we can try, and I mean there are quite a few of them, so we might be able to last a decent amount of time. If time is what we're after, of course. I don't want to, oh goodness, I don't want to give up on Carbon in 5 streams. Like, I don't want to just finish it in the next stream. I'm hoping to have things go a bit longer, so that might be the way. Okay, that's our first win in this section. And we got transmission Tier 3, which is good. I'm going to quickly run to the shop, but it looks like we've introduced ourselves to the red gang here. Our boy in the RX-8 ain't going to be too pleased with our presence.
You have no idea what's in store for you other than it's going to hurt.
He won't even look at us. Yeah, he's pissed, but that's okay. We can remove his grasp from the lands just by thrashing everybody. Darius, oh man, what a 2006 name, unfortunately, 2006 name. Stacked Deck. You know, that is a very specific name, because he was, yeah, okay, well, the story is a little bit obvious. Okay, so we got a sprint checkpoint. I'm gonna try and run down to this car lot here just to see what's available, but it looks like we only have Tier 2 stuff in stock, so we're stuck with our Tier 1, or sorry, our Tier 2 car for now, which is unfortunate, I guess. It just makes things more difficult. Complete the quickest race with the slowest car. I mean, I guess that could be fun, but it would also be painful. It would be very painful. So we have this. What happens if we get... well, we're not going to be able to do this speed trap because, of course, I'm not going to be able to do the speed trap. We have every possible upgrade we can get just based on that performance upgrade thing. So it's gonna be up to getting these easier races done, I guess. Maybe we can take this one out because it doesn't have any. Well, it does have a speed trap. Checkpoint, circuit, sprint. I'm gonna do this checkpoint. We'll just keep trying to check races off the list, and then hopefully we can get up to the tier 3. I don't think there's anything after tier 3 in this game, but there are some pretty crazy cars in tier 3, including the Porsche Carrera GT. It's a bit of a range tier 3 because there's a 350Z in tier 3, and then there's also a Carrera GT in tier 3, so I don't know, it's just a lot of different possibilities, I guess. These races where I don't have to worry about AI are much easier than the ones where I do because, well, naturally, they're probably better than I am. So we can just kind of coast through these time trial challenges. 10 seconds left, not bad. Like, that just makes it, well, usually it's only the first checkpoint that gives me any trouble. G35 tier 3? Well, 350Z basically is a G35, so in a way, yes. Although, is there a G35 in this game? I'm not sure. Oh my goodness. We can look through a lot of different custom cars just doing quick race, but yeah, I feel like that's a little bit of a spoiler for what's to come. This is supposed to be the complete edition of this game or something. It's like a deluxe version. Oh darn, well, rip that I have an actual disc copy of, so it comes with some extra stuff. Oh, 25 seconds. I didn't think I got that, but apparently it counted. Going with the Forza level logic in terms of the gateways here. Checkpoints. There's a G35 in the game files, but I guess they didn't complete it for the game if you're saying game files. Oh, it's DLC. You can unlock it from one of the races? Okay, well, I guess we'll keep that in mind. That's cool. Maybe we can get a G35 in this game too. Just have it in every game. Bosses had their own henchmen, and you tried to beat them to get to the boss. Yeah, that would be cool. If you had to like climb the boss's specific ladder, like the boss has their own most wanted list or something. Okay, so that's engine tier 3 done. I'm gonna run back to the safe house real quick again. Oh dang, the mouse is in the way. Yeah, I have collector's edition, so it should be a thing. Dang, still nothing. No. Yeah, okay, that's there is not much that we can do. It's in Pro Street as well. Hey, now that is a good thing, because I was planning on playing Pro Street at some point. Let's try a circuit and see if we actually have any chance at fighting these people here. Also, for those of you knowledgeable in this game, how do we get tier 3 cars? Because we've kind of reached the performance peak of the RX-7, so... Oh yeah, there's a guy's face behind me because of course there is, but also I'm wondering how we get the tier 3 stuff so we can actually like race against these guys proper and not just get slapped every time by Lamborghinis and such. Lamborghinis and Evos and things. Whoa. We'll get our drafter out here. And I'm not going to use her ability. Oh, because shortcuts. I might actually switch my crew member back to the girl that we had, because she's kind of OP. She was able to just charge up ahead of everybody, even with a crappier car. So, will I play Redux? Maybe personally. I'm not sure if I'd play it for the channel. Oh, come on. I suck. That guy's face is appearing more often than I'd like. There we go, there we go. Oh, now we're moving. Okay, she hit a wall. Okay, this part of the game is fun when you can actually track behind your people. Because we are just flying right now, just killing it. Oh my goodness, I thought we were done. And we were kind of done in a way, because the police are here. Just don't try to do the canyon with tier 2. Yeah, I kind of figured the canyon would be a bit rough. So yeah, makes sense. So we'll keep trying to take out these territories. I am winning this race, which is more than what I thought was possible. Because the speed traps are actually like, okay, there we go. Finally we got another race one. But the speed traps were really difficult. Plymouth Hemi Cuda. Hey, we got a tier 3 car from the looks of that. Because we also have our own territory. And we've unlocked the Subaru Impreza WRX STI. Yes! Finally! Okay, so we do have tier 3 stuff sitting in the bank, just waiting for us to go get it. Should we go for the WRX STI? Just because it's available. I mean, we have enough money to hopefully upgrade it entirely as to what it's currently capable of. Or should we just keep racing with the RX-7 and try to... Oh, come on. And try to get some of the better cars, possibly. That's the dilemma that I'm in at the moment. Okay, that massive explosion, at least it took out one car, but it didn't seem like it was going to do anything. Yeah, no, I know about that. I was just thinking that I should probably see what other events I should do to get more cars, but having the WRX STI would be pretty cool. That was on my possible list. G35 is a west side one. We can check that out. Once I get out of this chase, then we'll be checking out some more stuff. Exploring our options, let's say. Exploring the options. I believe the Cuda is also a tier 3 car. So we have a muscle option, although I wasn't really thinking about going with muscle at all this playthrough. I like being able to turn corners. Guys, I respect your opinions, thank you for giving them, and we shall wait just a little bit longer just to see what else is available. Yeah, you know, true that with the massive explosion, that probably would have put the, they would be shooting out tires if you caused an explosion like that. I don't think they would stop with the lethal force. Blow up a giant pipeline, it's like, yeah, this guy is probably a terrorist. Oh goodness, Need for Speed teaches us bad things. Take out the infrastructure. God, I really wish this chase was over. They still have a bunch of cars, so it's not really ready to be over yet, unfortunately. The Cuda is tier 3 fun car? Well, we'll keep it in mind, I guess. I'm not really, like in real life, I'm not really into muscle cars that much. I have been thinking about muscle cars in terms of like, which one do I actually like, but at the moment, I don't know. I'm just, ooh, shortcut. I'm just not that into them. Also, oh, I I was really hoping that would be a shortcut. I don't know why. Oh goodness, Jack Thompson, yeah. Famous Grand Theft Auto hater. Was that a police car, or was that just a random civilian acting out of their own accord to try and take me out? Oh, we've just hit tier 4, come on. I almost just want to get busted so that we don't have to worry about this anymore. But anyway, we'll just let it happen. Yeah, no, you're really quite right about that. The left one last. Hopefully that's what your name is. Considering how many cars we end up taking out in the average pursuit, especially in Most Wanted, it's like you would be put on every possible list that exists on this earth because of how many lives you've taken, how many police cars you've crushed. Like, these things do matter. But it looks like we've gotten away with it because this guy just does not want to turn around, and we are on full cooldown. I don't really care about the results, but we have an Evo with us. He wants to challenge, but I'm just gonna say no. Let's go to the safe house. Okay, world map. Things are a little jank on the menus. So this one lets us unlock a turbo tier 3. This one is a Lamborghini. Oh my goodness, that would be nice. Chevrolet Corvette. This is the OP car, which we'd have to do this checkpoint race for. Turbo tier 3. Transmission. Nitrous. Brakes. Oh my goodness. Turbo again. Nitro. Lamborghini Gallardo. Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution. What have we got here? Engine again. Brakes again. I think I did this one. Nitrous. So we basically have the option of Lamborghini here. This one is a Lamborghini as well. We could get this one fairly easily, I think. So we could just unlock a Lamborghini as is. The exotics apparently a little bit too strong, but we could have a Gallardo out of this if I win. Oh no, it's a speed trap. Never mind. There's no chance I'm gonna win. Why did I choose this? Yeah, speed traps are hard when my car's a little underpowered, especially when that guy pulls out a 250 and I get 170. It's not, oh come on lady, it's not quite enough. So the Corvette in this game is apparently fairly OP, 188, goodness. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna win this. This is just this is just practice at this point. I think the only way we're gonna get there is attrition. Literally just beat this guy down. That's the only thing we can do. Nikki is winning this. Dang. Everything is difficult when you're in tier 3. If I can actually win the race, though, then that means our crew member should win. They might just win overall anyways. So there is still a chance. There's always still a chance. Blur? Yeah, Blur is one game I've been wanting to play. Unfortunately, I believe the developer of Blur is the same one as PGR, funnily enough. Yes, 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 I think we won. Even though I didn't think we were going to win there, we ended up winning anyways because our crew member won. But we've just unlocked the Lamborghini Gallardo. So just like that, we have a Lamborghini as a possible car. What else we got? Sprint. This one's a turbo. This one's a nitrous. That's the Corvette. Where's the Mitsubishi? You know, I'm not actually doing as bad as I thought I would be, but I do want to get a new car, so... Okay, this one is a canyon race. I don't think we're going to have a chance at that, so I'll skip it for now. Dodge Challenger. Ugh. I'm just gonna do this event in our own territory, just because I'm not trying to 100% the game, but I am trying to get every territory, every single win that we can in our territories. True, getting a territory does get stuff. I'm trying to pick territories that have kind of easier things, because I just want to get as much stuff unlocked as we can, so we can have options for all the money that we have. Like, right now we just have a ton of cash, because I haven't bought a car in a long time, so we may as well spend it on something if we can. Actually, I don't think I've bought any cars in the game. We've only had 2 cars, and so far this is one that we won in a race, and that was it. Okay, to activate our drafter, see if we can't just run through this. Oh, she's mean. There we go. Man, I was thinking, I don't know. Okay, this is a whole discussion that I guess we can have. But I was thinking about how a lot of racing games these days, and I'm poking specifically at Forza. It's just, oh geez, it's just not as creative as it could be. I think that a lot of the Forza mechanics, especially in 5, a lot of the game modes and stuff are just not as cool as they could be. Stuff like having these power-ups and things just make it a lot more fun. Okay, that person just hit a van, so obviously we take a little bit of advantage here. I know that Forza Horizon 5 is going for something specific, and what it does well. But I do think that it could be a little bit more interesting with the racing types and things. They do have this sort of weird races every once in a while, but they're just not the same as stuff like this. Just strangeness. Hold on, what'd you say? Why not blow all your cash on a tier 3 car? Yeah, you know, I might end up doing that. We have all this money saved up because we've never bought anything in the game other than performance upgrades, so we may as well just blow it on something dumb. Okay, she is... And we're gonna win this one. Yes! Turns out a combination of slightly OP strats and a pretty decent tier 2, and we actually can win turbo upgrades. Nice. Okay, so continuing on with my discussion, I don't know, I feel like racing games are in a bit of a rut. Like, racing games these days are either... Okay, maybe we can give 3 options. Maybe 4 options. We got, like, super arcade racers. We got stuff like this, which is maybe arcade, but not super arcade. I'm talking Mario Kart arcade would be super arcade. And then... hold on, let's get into another race so I can talk while we're doing this. But then we've got stuff like... maybe Project Cars, which is sort of realistic but not super realistic. And then we have things like iRacing and Assetto Corsa and very realistic racing games, which are fine. I think every single section has their own place, but I feel like there aren't... Oh, this creepy lady. I kind of feel like there aren't that many games that kind of strike the right balance that I'm interested in. You don't see too many games like this one these days, where it's like, it's kind of it's not realistic. It's not full arcade, but it's not trying to be realistic. We have boost, we have power-ups, we've got like drifting that is just crazy. Wreckfest is an example of a game that I think is exceptional in this regard, where it has some weird and wacky stuff, but it also is relatively grounded. So for me, that's something that I think is really cool. It kind of blurs the lines between these kind of genres that I've just defined, because it's kind of semi-realistic, but also at the same time just wacky and dumb. To the point that there are cars on top of cars in that game, and that's just awesome. So big praise to Wreckfest for that. I kind of feel like a lot of racing games have the same formula though, where it's like, well, it's a really difficult thing to talk about, because racing games are sort of made good based on a number of things. Like the car list is very important. I remember certain games because they have certain cars in them, and certain cars that I like, but it's not everything. Like a good car list is not going to make the game instantly good. You need more than that. But then good tracks also matter, and there's a GTO that's going to hunt us down. But good tracks also matter, because you want tracks that are interesting, and events that are interesting as well, where you can race on them and have them be interesting for your cool cars. And then physics is also extremely important, because that kind of determines how everything feels. It's like there's a lot of stuff that goes into making a game good. So when one thing is off, then the game is off, even if it has a really solid one component and it's missing the other few, or other three. Did I say three? And then it's just not gonna vibe anymore with the crowd. I think graphics don't really matter that much in racing games. I know that for a lot of people, having super realistic graphics is cool, but like for me, it's not necessary. I don't really find that. Thinking about other things in terms of what makes a racing game good. Hey, give me some of your suggestions, by the way, on stuff that you really remember from racing games, so we can keep this discussion going. But I haven't quite quantified it in my head yet, but I kind of feel like there's a specific formula that a lot of games go for, where they hit certain buttons and they kind of come up with the same result. So it's always the same types of races, like sprints and circuits and maybe some other third one. I feel like Dirt 5 is kind of an example of this, where it's just kind of generic, and it feels very generic because everything about it is just normal. Like there's no cars on there that I would say are exceptional. There's no there's no tracks on that game that I would say are very memorable and something that I really like. It just is it. So yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Like, what separates a bad racing game from a good racing game? And to me, it seems like a combination of these elements. Cell shading in racing games is cool. Yeah, no, definitely. I agree with you on that one. And some specific games that include cell shading are highly regarded, despite their graphics not being top tier, if you know what I mean. Oh goodness, I'm trying to read your insightful comments, but I'm having trouble because I'm drifting. But you say nowadays Need for Speed is an arcade, basically break to drift. Yeah, true. There's certain combinations of things that people like, right? Like when it gets too arcadey, then it's just something that isn't as enjoyable because it has no skill. You just press brake to drift, and then all of a sudden your car does the magic for you. It's like, do I really want that? Some people do. It's kind of up to the developers to figure out what kind of combination they want for their systems, but those are rhinos, that's bad. I agree with you about the ice races in Dirt 5. They are a lot of fun, especially at night. It looks quite good. Like, graphically, Dirt 5 is great, but again, I don't think that graphics really matter that much in racing games. I honestly think that they matter very little. As long as the other core components are there, then people are going to be interested. Yeah, it seems to me like a lot of very modern racing games try to get off. Gran Turismo is one of them. Try to get by based on graphical fidelity, but it's just not the same. Also, very few roadblocks here. Very few roadblocks. Drive Club, interesting. Yeah, Drive Club is a weird one because they had some other gimmicks in order to make the game cooler. I don't remember exactly what they were, but I believe it had online integration. But the game also had crazy rain physics, which is cool. Like a very unique trait like that is something that... Oh man, we need to cool down. But having a unique trait like that is something that sticks out in people's minds. And like for me, I always remember Drive Club as being the game with really cool rain. This is bad. This is real bad. I'm gonna try to take this exit and try to get down into our safe house. But yeah, that's my hottest hot take of the day. I guess it's a little lukewarm because it's not that spicy, but just something I was thinking about. Let's enter the house and leave the police chase. Thank you very much. There's just no decent racing games. Well, yeah, I think so. It depends on what kind of games you're looking for. This is just not going to happen. I agree with you in terms of Forza, not Cross. I really do think that the game offers a lot on the surface, but deep down there isn't really much, and it's kind of just extremely repetitive. It's the same stuff over and over, which is fine for racing games because like we're driving cars. It's the same thing over and over, but it's just like, I don't know. There's so much you can do in Forza. It's almost overwhelming. And it's way too much. The game tries to keep you in there with sort of the categorically addictive things that we see a lot in games, like wheel spins as an example. I absolutely despise wheel spins in Forza as the progression system. It honestly seems like I know the wheel spins are something that at this point we're used to. As people who play Forza, you're definitely used to the wheel spins. But man, they suck so much. They're kind of just like a cop-out for a progression system because now everything is relied on chance. It's like, I remember when the specific Lamborghini Huracan, I think the Forza edition, when the game launched, it was OP as heck, and people were trying as hard as they could to get it. Because the only way was through a wheel spin. But like, oh, we need to make a right there, not a left. But I got it so quick, so all of a sudden I had this really OP car and I was just destroying the S2 races. But other people were struggling because you had to either grind money to buy it or get lucky in a wheel spin. It's like, man, that is not the right way to have this game played. Like, I don't have a good alternative for them in terms of progression, because somehow they have to hand you out money and cars and all this, but they've got to do something better than wheel spins. Just wheel spins are dumb. That's, obviously that's just my opinion, but kind of how I feel. Maybe you're getting the real me on these streams. Whoa, that was rough. Oh goodness, you guys dropped a whole bunch of big comments. I gotta read these. I actually really like reading your insight into these issues. If you disagree with me, then feel free to disagree. Like, this is not an echo chamber. I don't want a bunch of yes men. Obviously, I'm not always right. Oh goodness. But yeah, these are kind of just the raw ideas that I have, not filtered, so it might be wrong. I see your plea for Wreckfest streams, Knockcross. Don't worry, I do want to do one again eventually. We just have to find some time. Yeah, we kind of just have to hope that with some of the more upcoming racing games that they end up being good. and good in terms of not just like, oh, this game is good, and then you can't explain why it's good. I mean like explainable good, something that is good because the car list is really good, the physics are really good, I really like the tracks, and then it's like, boom, this is a good racing game. And we just unlocked the Z06, which is cool. I'm gonna quickly try and read your comments before we get busted by the police. Yeah, Forza Horizon 5 is basically 4 2.0. That's, yeah, kind of how I see it too. When a decent racing game comes with something new on the table, it gets overshadowed by Forza. True. People will cite Forza as an example for other racing games. So it's like, new game comes out, doesn't have a huge car list like Forza, and then people are like, man, Forza has 750 cars or something. It's like, how can you play this game with only 100 cars when you've got so many more options in Forza? That is a very real thing. Yeah, I agree with you, Not Cross, when you're saying that the wheel spin system deletes any sorts of progression. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of how it works. Like, you get cars at random, basically, and it means that anybody who plays the game has a different experience, which in some ways is fine, right? Because having a different experience playing the game is fairly normal, but it means that somebody could like seriously struggle because they don't get decent cars in the wheel spins. They don't get money in the wheel spins. They just get like this stupid clothes for your character, which is just padding for the wheel spins, right? Like that stuff is dumb and pointless. It's just total padding for the stuff you really want, which is money and cars. And most of the time you just want money so you can buy upgrades and stuff for the cars you actually like. But man, like, I don't know. It's just, that's how Forza is, and it's annoying that they keep going with it. It's obviously successful. I like that you can't buy wheel spins with real money, but if you get the full version of the game, you do get a lot of stuff that gets you wheel spins faster. So it's almost like, I don't know, it is a little bit pay to go fast. JV, thank you for the donation. You hate wheel spins. It's the only way to get the Veloster N. 600 to 900k at the auction house. Yikes, that's a lot for one of those. That is a lot for a Veloster. That NFS Heat was the only disappointing modern racing game. Which racing games have you played? I haven't played too many of the modern ones, mostly just because I'm not really that interested in them. So that's kind of how that happened. I'm going to jump into another sprint. This one looks like it might be a canyon run, which might have been a terrible, terrible mistake on my part. Okay, yeah, it is a canyon run. We're about to get slapped by a Z06 and also a bunch of other cars. Let's see if I can do it. Perfect launch, let's do it. Yeah, that's very true, Knockcross. Like, 700 cars, it's kind of the whole thing of being spoiled by choice. Like, when I look at my Steam library, I have 500 games on Steam. I have Game Pass, so I have every game on Game Pass that I could install. I've got, like, all this stuff I could play, and I just don't know what to do most of the time. And that's how I feel about Forza as well, where I have so many cars. I've driven, like, maybe 10% of them, and I'm not really interested in driving the other 90% unless it's a specific challenge that makes me. So it's kind of like, it got to the point in Horizon 5, I have maybe 40 hours in Horizon 5, something like that, but I uninstalled it because I got bored. But basically it got to the point where I would just hope and cross my fingers that I get money in the wheel spins. That was pretty much it. Like cars, money is where it's at. Because they only give you like 10,000 a race, so it's not even really worth it to race other than to get the wheel spins. It's a very weird system. I really do like having a ton of choices like that, but at the same time it is a very much a spoiled by choice type of situation where you just have so many cars that you don't really know what to do with them. At least I think that's how it is for most people, unless you're crazy about cars and you really want to see one specific car, and Forza is the only game that has it, which I totally understand. Spoiled by choice. We kind of are these days. I remember a long time ago, oh goodness, I'm gonna crash into every single wall, aren't I? But I remember a long time ago, I kind of made a little pledge to myself. I think I had maybe 300 Steam games at this point. I was like, man, I am gonna play every single one of my Steam games for at least, at the beginning I was like, okay, 5 hours each, which is absolutely insane. So I was like, maybe okay, 1 hour with each game, just go in alphabetical order and see if I actually like it or not. And I can't do it. It's just way too many games. I guess you could try the same sort of approach with Forza. Play for every car, every single car, one race. It would take a long time to do it, but I guess at that point you would have driven every single car. And we just got another territory, and we just unlocked the Nissan 350Z, boys. It's time to get a new car. Finally. Oh my goodness. And we have to defend a territory as well. Okay, after we defend this territory, we're getting our 350Z. I feel like the stream has just, oh no, it's a speed trap. Oh my goodness. Why is it a speed trap defend? Come on. Anyway. Yeah, I kind of find my attention goes elsewhere sometimes in these streams, and it's basically just turned into a Forza bashing stream. So, yeah, I can't say too much about that. That's just how it is. Let's get this lady up in front of us, and hopefully, yeah, she's going quick. We can pass this guy up ahead. Come on, come on. That's a 257. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, she just got slapped. That's really bad. You know, sometimes I'm looking a little bit too much at chat, and then I end up just driving into walls and stuff. Oh goodness. I also feel like I'm way behind on the chat too. I don't know how that happened. Oh, that guy's not getting ahead. Come on, buddy. No, get rid of the police, please. They're just a pain. They're just painful. 247. Oh, that's pretty decent. No, the police again.
You're kidding me. Seeing that cop?
Yeah, I've got him to a reported party. He's definitely code 6.
Guys, this is turning into a really long defend because now we're gonna have to outrun the police before we get our 350Z, which sucks. I was hoping that we could get it immediately. And we're gonna win this, but not quite what we wanted. I think one of the reasons why people... Oh geez, I just crushed that GTO. Sorry boys. Sorry Australia. I think one of the reasons why people remember these old Need for Speed games is because they have a lot of style. And I know that seems a bit strange, but like, Forza has no style. It's just Forza. Like, I feel like that's kind of... That just is... It's just bland, like it's very generic. Obviously they set it in different areas and they have different, sometimes, cars based on different areas, but it really is the most like generic thing ever. But I love these sort of themed racing games where it's like something very specific. Need for Speed Heat does this a little bit. I haven't played enough of it to really know, but like man, one of the reasons I really like Most Wanted is that to me it just has a lot of style. The cutscenes are crappy, but you remember them. The story doesn't make a lot of sense, as with any of these games, but it's like, it's good enough. At least there is a story. I'm starting to think now that we've got this. Oh my goodness, these rhinos are coming out of nowhere. But I'm starting to think now that we've been talking about this, that style is really what makes the difference. Style is something that matters a lot, that a lot of racing games don't seem to care too much about. Like, I'm a little concerned for the upcoming Grid Legends. Like, I know it's an EA published game now. It's Codemasters EA. So that's going to be a difference maker, but is it going to be good? I don't think it will be. It just looks generic. At least it'll have a story. I mean, I'm interested to check out the story. I'm eager to be proven wrong in my assumptions, by the way. I want games to turn out good. I'm wanting Grid to actually be good again, because I really like Race Driver Grid and Grid Autosport. Grid 2 is a little bit funky, but Grid Autosport and Race Driver Grid are awesome, so maybe Grid Legends or whatever it's called will actually be decent. Who knows? Oh my goodness, police, why? I'm gonna purposefully get myself caught just to end this so we can get a 350 set. Are we gonna hit Heat 5? Is that even a thing in this game? It seems like we're top of Heat 4 now. Anyway, let's... Oh, I'm gonna get crunched. Well, they're not smart enough to surround me like they are in Most Wanted, so... Yeah, we just hit Heat 5. Dang it, man. And it's Corvettes. Oh, dang. Well, that's unfortunate. But yeah, like I said, I'm going to try to stop complaining about Forza now. But I do feel like it's a pretty decent topic. Something that's interesting is to talk about these kind of things. Okay, there's a roadblock there. I don't think they've ever caught me out of this unless I accidentally drove into a police officer. Which I totally thought that taxi was a police officer for a second there. Okay, we gotta watch the map, make sure not to get caught. And then hopefully I can take this exit real quick. Oh no, I can't. We're just gonna do the same thing we did last time, literally the exact same. Just run down the back of the exit and get in there. Now, Cross, you are very free to continue the Forza complaining in the comments of this stream. Man, Forza sucks. Everybody say amen. No, it doesn't suck, it's just kind of mediocre. Okay, it's time to run to the world map, to run to the nearest... Oh my goodness, let me... Let me go to free roam. Okay, we're good. I just want to run to the auto store. Get me in that car lot, boys. It's time for the tier 3s. Heck yes. We got Corvettes out of 6, Gallardo, Plymouth, WRX STI, and the 350Z. So I did say I was going to go 350, and I think I'm going to go 350. It's not quite... yeah, I know about that exploit, but I'm not gonna do it. I just figure we'll defend the territories. It extends the stream a little bit longer, but it's not not the end of the world. Did I say? Did I buy that car? Okay, I did buy the car. I was a little worried I didn't buy the car. So I'm sorry if the menus are super laggy while I customize this car, but I'm just gonna quickly go through it by optimizing performance. Spending 63 grand on it to get everything up to street, and then quickly adding something that is extremely important and hopefully not going to destroy the car. Body kit 2, body kit 3. Can I see them? That's horrible. That's bad. That's not as bad. True, where is Anna? She needs to be here to see this final 350Z formation. Okay, true. You know, the thing about AR12, it's really laggy. Oh my goodness. Can you still hear my my voice though? Sorry, boys. I'll get the vinyl stuff sorted real quick. Just continue the discussion without me for now. Finals. I'm just very quickly slapping a bride sticker on the car. So, yeah. It's so weird that the menus in this are just so broken. Sorry, guys, but it's just how it is with this game. I really, really hope that whatever we play next does not have this issue. I will do a little bit of testing to make sure that that is the case. I'm thinking Pro Street, by the way. I'm thinking Pro Street. I just gotta find a copy of it somewhere. Where that will be, no clue. But I'm just gonna quickly add the classic bride logo. It's gotta be on the back because that's what I've been doing. There we go. It's relatively flat. Relatively. There we go. Okay. Okay, boys, I gotta surprise you with the customization. So the car is looking a little bit different. I'm not super keen on the wing. I kind of pulled it out of nowhere, but a little bit different than it was before. We probably will change that wing. Anyway, so we're talking about Forza still. We're complaining about Forza. As we do, we complain about Forza here. That's what we do. You're kind of right about AR12. It's kind of funny that you brought that up because I agree with you. Let's get this one done here. Transmission tier 3. We may as well get that event over with. Okay, I'm gonna let this cutscene play so you can see my 350 in the back. Still orange, by the way, because I really do like orange. I gotta change that wing though. That's not quite the wing that I was hoping it was. But we're still keeping it Japanese here, boys. Tier 3 Bride and the 350Z. Yeah, I'm fine with running a few mods to make Pro Street run right, as long as we don't have to do any like added content mods. I'm just trying to play the game as is, basically. These games run real easy, so that's why I'm, oh jeez, fairly confident, I guess. Maybe a bit too confident. Oh my goodness, she can push you. I didn't know that was even a thing. Oh my goodness, she sucks. Oh man. Anyway. We do a little bit of complaining here, you know what I mean? Just a touch of the old complaining. So, okay. So, when it comes to AR12, I think, I don't know, I have mixed feelings about his content in general. I feel like it's kind of, this is kind of mean, but it's a little bit low effort sometimes. It seems like what he does is just kind of do clips of his streams. Which is fine. I understand people who do that. Oh, jeez. But it's always like the same sort of stuff, like fastest cars and different builds and things. There's no doubt that he's really good for the developers of Forza. I'm sure that they're very happy that somebody like him exists because he helps to develop the demographic a little bit. Like when I was first sort of interested in Horizon, I watched his videos on stuff, and I was particularly interested in his like Top Gear challenges and things like that because I thought it would be really cool to do something like that myself. But it just never quite goes the way that I had hoped it would. But yeah, that's just my opinion, obviously. I don't really like trash talking other YouTubers, and I don't think that his videos are terrible or anything. I just think that they could be better. But anyway, yeah, we're maybe gonna play Pro Street. You can't click continue in the menu. What on this fine earth is going on with Pro Street? The Pro Street that I played originally, well, played 2 different versions of Pro Street. I've got it for PSP and also for, oh goodness please, and also for Wii, and I finished it on both. So one of the reasons I want to play Pro Street is because I haven't played the Xbox 360 version, like the one that has all the customization. So I'm kind of into that, hoping that we can play that. But we'll see. I don't know. Maybe we'll do an intermediate game in between, something in between Need for Speeds, so it's not always Need for Speed. Inevitable YouTube beef. Okay, if I started beef with AR12, I think I would only have something to gain, which would be a ton of attention. That is not what I'm after. But people do try to do that because obviously he has millions, or at least 1 million subscribers, and I have 46,000, so it's a little bit of a difference, just a little bit stacked in his favor. But also, when you do stuff like that, it attracts a lot of attention for the smaller creators, so yeah.
Charlie 12. Please update.
Well, I guess I may as well talk about my own channel goals now that we're now that we're in the process of dragging down other channels, at least mildly. I really, for the last couple of years, have been trying to get to 100,000 subs. It's definitely one of those like goal numbers that everybody wants, but I've always been like very interested in that, and I feel like I haven't really been aggressive enough in order to get those kind of things. I don't mean that I'm gonna be like asking in every video or something, although that actually does work. You know what? Let's do this let's do this canyon race. Let's get confident and do a canyon race and see what happens. Wait, what the? Okay, that is obviously broken. That really did not work. Let's load into this speed trap race and see if it actually loads me into the race. There we go.
We can show everyone we can do this.
So, goodness. Those upper roof scoops are terrible that I chose. I picked these components in like 5 minutes. Well, not 5 minutes, like 5 seconds. Just quickly trying to get it over. So that we could get through the laggy menus. But yeah, I've been trying to, in my mind, think about ways to kind of get to 100,000 subs, and one of the easy ways, I guess, is to make really crappy clickbait videos. It seems like something that YouTube favors these days because of shorts is, and I don't know if any of you guys actually watch shorts, but there are these really crappy channels that are just reposting Reddit content with text-to-speech, if you know what I mean. And they are just absolute garbage, but they're surprisingly popular videos. And it seems like one of those like YouTube hack type things, like a little bit of an exploit. We just ran directly into a police officer. Come on. Why does it have to be this way, game?
Dispatch, Echo 14. Closing on a vehicle that just sped by me.
But anyway, it seems like the best way to get big on YouTube, inorganically, is to just use these sort of really crappy exploits. Pump out super garbage Reddit content, and then have that be your method, I guess. But obviously I'm not going to do that. It's about time that bug happened. That's actually happened to me twice. So, well, in a previous stream. I think I had to restart the game in order to make that work. Yeah, I agree that YouTube Shorts can be fun, but I really Instagram Reels are basically the same thing. It's like there's so many different versions of the same type of content. My mentioning of Shorts was not to say that I'm gonna switch to doing Shorts. It was just sort of a kind of trying to bring up a discussion of some of the exploits that I've seen of people trying to, oh geez, people trying to get up to high numbers of subscribers just because of crappy exploits. Did we win this? Okay, I think we won. Just barely. If I didn't hit that thing, then we might have won a little bit cleaner. Hey, we got the R34, nice. We're actually really close to finishing the game. This is... I don't know, should we finish the game today? Furthering that discussion about shorts, low effort content is something that's easy to get a lot of viewership on sometimes, depending on what it is. But high effort content and stuff that really has like lasting value is the stuff that you really want to make, because if you want to be successful on YouTube, sorry, pause for an aha here. But if you want to be successful on YouTube and get into the deep stuff here, is what you got to do is you got to plan for the future, and that's kind of difficult. So you have to make videos that are relevant now, whenever you're making them, enough that your audience is interested to get it boosted into the algorithm or whatever, and then it has to be lasting enough and general enough that other people are interested in it too. Even 5 years down the line, they're still interested. That's kind of where the weirdness of all this comes in, where it's like you got to make videos for lasting appeal, but also for the initial. And YouTube really likes to reward the initial because of the way that the app is set up to give you like this readout of your last 10 videos. It kind of ranks your videos against each other, so you're always encouraged to have a big start on your video's viewership because it looks good on the app when you're looking at it. And it is fun to see, but it doesn't really mean anything for the long term. Well, we're in condition 2, by the way. I'm hoping that we don't get up to condition 5 with this car. I really just want to not be there. Okay, let's go this way. Dang, there's no cooldown spot over here. We're going for it.
Units be advised. Suspect was last seen northbound. Squadron to be set up around the area. Coordination will be handled TAC 2.
Oh, jeez. Anyway. So that's kind of a little bit of YouTube behind the scenes for you, I guess. If you hadn't thought about stuff like that before, then you can kind of think about that in terms of the videos that creators make. Making stuff that is long-lasting is honestly the real goal. Okay, let's do this speed trap in here because we've kind of been crushing the speed traps recently. And then we'll try and load that canyon eventually as well.
I know these guys. I owe one.
So, let me see if I can give you an example of something that I guess makes sense for this. So let's just say I'm making car tutorials or something. Actually, no. Let's just say I'm making build videos on my Infinity, which I have been on my second channel until I ended up selling it a while ago. So every single one of those episodes that I put out is something that really kind of targets the people who have watched the previous episode most of the time. So whenever I'm making one of those videos, I expect a certain percentage, I guess, of the people who watched the previous one to hop in on that one because it's like, this is the newest update, this is the like next steps. If you're interested in the last one, you're going to be interested in this one too. So it has usually a pretty big initial push, but then after that, after the initial push is done, not that many people are going to watch it unless they start at the beginning and they watch the whole series again because it's a series, right?
Westbound. Units to clear and head up.
It's very rare that you would want to start a playthrough. Like if you're going to watch a playthrough that has 100 episodes, you probably don't start at episode 40. You're going to want to start at episode 1, but that can be pretty daunting. So, content that kind of is an exception to this rule is something like, say, the oil change tutorial that I made on my second channel for the RAV4. That video has a decent amount of views on it, especially in comparison to some of my other videos. And the reason is because it's something that's a little bit more long-lasting. Like if anybody wants to do an oil change on the RAV4 and they put in those keywords, the same keywords are on that RAV4 video that I made. So it's not something that's really made for the initial viewers, but something that's made for like time's sake, I guess. To be successful over time. So hopefully that makes sense, and I'm not being too confusing. But that's sort of the thought process that goes into these things. And we just took another territory, and we just unlocked a Supra. Supra. Well, that's not the worst. So yeah, are you guys interested in this YouTube behind the scenes stuff, or am I just talking too much? Let me know in the comments there. But that's sort of the kind of thing that I think about sometimes when thinking about making videos. Like these series, for example, are totally just for you who are watching live. Like I don't think that many people actually watch them after the fact. And if you do watch them after the fact, then let me know, because it'd be interesting to see what the percentage is. But like, sometimes automation builds can go both ways. If I make a build that is a follow-up to a previous build, then that's something that's more short-term. And if I make a build that's like a brand new thing with specific keywords that are very obvious, like it's got Supra in the title or something, and then oh, come on, Knockcross, get out of here. We are being swarmed by police at the moment. This is ridiculous. But yeah, I don't know. Sometimes you gotta make videos that are long-lasting. It's difficult to do. Reminds you of car vlogs. Yeah, no, very similar idea actually. Car vlogs are a total thing. Like when people buy new cars, like when a big creator buys a new car, it is a tax write-off, right? So they can write the thing off and lower their taxes for the year, which is a good thing for them, so they can pay less tax. Plus they have a cool car. Plus when you make a video on a cool car, oh my goodness, we're gonna get chased by the police again. Never mind, they were not chasing me, they were chasing her. So they didn't count. Oh my goodness. Wow, that's weird. That is very, very strange, that interaction we just had. But yeah, when a big creator buys a new car, they can write it off as part of their business expenses, which is good for them. Plus they make a video on it, which gets a lot of views, which is good for them. Oh, come on, territories being under attack. And then at the end of the day, they can sell it within a year and then buy another car in the next year. And you kind of wonder, why would they do that? And it's because taxes are paid by the year, right? So you gotta buy a new car the next year to offset your taxes. That is legit just how it goes. Obviously for me that doesn't make sense because I don't do real car content, and the real car content I do isn't even monetized, so it is not a tax write-off. But for real life vloggers and stuff, like I'm trying to think of some. I don't watch any of them, so for me it doesn't. Well, I don't have any good examples. AR12 could be an example, I guess. He seems to buy a new car every year, but a lot of those like big creators tend to buy a new car every year and then sell their old ones, and that is the exact reason why, honestly. Straight up reason. You get big viewership temporarily, and then you get a good tax write-off. Car basically pays for itself, and then you buy a new one the next year. That Corvette is wicked fast. Whoa, this is a bit of a scene here. Alright, let's I don't know what the heck is going on. We're basically just it's weird that the car turns for you whenever you're drafting the drafters. Oh goodness, oh goodness. Yeah, no, you're really right about that negative. Like, there is something to be said about having a brightly colored car, because bright colors are generally good in thumbnails too. So you can show off your car in the thumbnail, with its fancy lime green wrap or something, or purple, hint hint, wink wink, and then you can garner viewership just based on color alone, because certain colors are more appealing in thumbnails. Usually like really bright colors, like bright orange, bright green, bright red. I don't really care about that stuff too much, but I kind of feel like I should sometimes, just for the sake of the channel. Also, we have a lot of races left. Wait, what time is it? I can go a little bit more, but the next stream is going to be fairly short, I think, because we'll be finishing the game. Alrighty, let's do it. 350Z absolute domination. Lamborghinis are useless versus us. Oh no! I kind of realize that a lot of you might not be able to relate to this discussion. I mean, there are 14 people watching, but it's kind of hard to talk about this stuff, I guess. Oh, that's annoying. I didn't realize that those could be affecting us. That is really annoying. It might seem like I hate these big YouTubers, and I don't. They're definitely playing the system to their advantage, and it's good to just understand how that works, which is how I feel about it. Like, I kind of think that, oh my goodness, she is so lame. Oh, it's this big McLaren. Out of the way, boy. I think it's kind of good to understand how that stuff works. So when you see a creator do something like that, then you kind of understand why. And it totally works as a system. Hey Anna, welcome back to the stream, and also the 350Z. I was actually thinking about you when I did this, and some of the guys in the chat were wondering where you'd gone. But yeah, 350Z is going to be our final car of the game, I think. Unless we need something else. I don't think we do. One lap down, one to go, and we're pretty firmly in the lead, so I think this one's going to wrap up pretty nicely. 2000s crap box, I definitely understand. Whoa, that's dangerous. Oh, that's even more dangerous. And police again, no! I was really trying to avoid getting into another tango. It just takes more time, unfortunately. But I don't think it's realistic to finish the game tonight. However, next stream, the game's going to be done, but we're going to do the challenge races too. At least a few of them, just to possibly get some of the cool stuff that lays behind those challenges. I thought that was a competitor for a second, but it's just the police, so yeah, they don't count. Oh my goodness, there's an active volcano in the middle of the town. What is this? I'm just gonna send our person out in front of me, so hopefully they win the race. And then we're done with this one. Okay, we're good. My goodness. We made it! Oh, jeez. Nitrous. And tires, tier 3 racing package. Heck yes, and we have another territory added to our list. The Viper V10 is there too. Not bad. Casino. Oh, that's why there's a giant volcano. That would make a lot of sense.
Try to get in front of them. We'll advise if he slows down.
Yeah, I'm not really ready for Pro Street yet. Basically just because I have to actually get the game working. I gotta buy the game on PC. I don't know how the heck I'm gonna get a copy of it. And then get it working as well. So that's where your donation money goes, by the way, JV. It goes straight to buying more games. So yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, I agree with you on the supercars are cool, but what about my Honda Civic? I feel that way a lot because I like to relate to the YouTubers I'm watching. So I don't know, I tend to watch people that have cars that are sort of in the realm of cars that I have too, or cars that I could potentially have. I don't really watch a lot of creators who have Lamborghinis. Like, I don't think I watch any creators who have Lamborghinis. I'm watching people who have cool stuff, in my opinion. Stuff that is obtainable, stuff that is more project oriented. But a lot of people are very invested in supercars and sort of hustle culture as well, where it's like you can't be you gotta do like as much as you can to get money so one day you can buy a Lamborghini like that guy on Instagram. I really feel like that's a negative mindset, but or grind set, I should say. That's a negative grind set you got going on there. Now, Cross, if you had a lot of money, you'd buy an M3 GTR. Let's be real. Would you not buy an M3 GTR if you had a ton of money?
Attention Patrol Division. We have reported at least one mobile code 6 driver followed by police.
I think, oh man, if I had tons and tons of money, I would have such a hard time selling my current cars just because I have a sentimental connection. It would be very difficult to give them up to drive anything else. Okay, it would be really funny if a massive YouTuber bought like a basic Focus, as you're saying, or basic Fiesta, and then they're just like, hey, everybody check out my new car, manual windows. That would be really funny. I really like watching people who can build stuff. That's more of the type of thing that interests me. So I generally watch channels that are building cars. I don't really watch channels that are driving cars most of the time. Except for Jimmy Broadbent, he's the shining example of the alternative. Oh my goodness, that guy's sitting in the rest area. I can't get into it. Come on, Gabe. Give me a break. Literally a museum piece? Okay, fine. So you buy an M3 and then you make it into a GTR. There you go. Okay, there's a tiny chance that we get caught, but I'm just gonna run into the safe house. Oh no! There we go. I almost lost it there. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna click out of the game so that it doesn't lag. Well, guys, praise the sun. Also, hopefully you enjoyed this stream. If you want to see my setup, I'll show you. It's just green screen. And my hair is so flat today. But anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this one. Thank you for watching. It's fun to make these videos, these streams. It's fun to interact with you guys on stream, and I'm gonna peace out now, but next week we're gonna hit it off with some more of this game. We're gonna keep playing Carbon until we finish it off, and then maybe we'll do a couple challenge series things. Maybe not all of them, but we'll do a few at the very least just to see what they're all about. And then after that, I mean, Pro Street or something else similar. I might take a little bit of a break and play something on Game Pass, like one of the other Need for Speeds. But we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, before I go, I just wanted to say make sure to like the stream if you're still here and you've liked what you've seen. And I'll see you guys again next week. And also this Saturday, because obviously I've got another video coming out on Saturday. But yeah, until then, I'll see you guys again soon. Thanks for watching. And thank you for the donation, JV. I appreciate it.